Hello, my friends, and welcome back to New Dalancia, our Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition homebrew campaign. I am VGpunx, your most gracious DM. With me, as always, are our players. We're just going to go ahead and hop right in. Actually, I guess we should probably recap. It's been a couple weeks, and a lot of stuff has happened. Let's see. Who remembers where we left off last time?
We went to the heroes came back to the temple, from the temple to the bar, and then we went back to the temple because we were going to ask about a forge, and then we met with Lanwellen, as well as her mate, who told us about the objects and being trapped back on the material plane, essentially.
That's right. Lanwillen and Cormac, who revealed himself to also be Kalimvor to the lot of you, gave you some information about the divine artifacts, the Cosmic Forge, the Entropis Lumina, and the Genesis Stone. I couldn't remember the third one. As it turns out, those artifacts their locations are currently unknown, which is alarming, or it seemed alarming to the gods, as you said, are now stuck here on the material plane. After you spoke with them and they sort of charged you with excuse me, learning more about Helthius and these strange artifacts that he has, the Orbs of Fate, you headed back to What Ails You, and settled in for the night. And that brings us up to speed, I believe. Where's my tab? There's my tab. Why don't we start here? Okay. I believe when we were speaking about this previously in Discord, you all had decided you still wanted it to be the night before. You didn't want to do your long rest quite yet. Is that right?
I think that was the case, yeah, because Yolanthe we kind of left off, like, Tess was hanging out with Bagram talking about, like, family stuff. Then Yolanthe pulled out a piece of paper, and then Val had, back at the bar, Val was checking in with Rek and Ian Fear.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right where we left off. Well, the three of you, Rek, Talanith, and Val, I think Ian Fear was also out there when we closed up, right? So I guess the four of you are hanging out in the bar proper. Customers have already started to sort of file out the door, and the place is getting a little bit more and more empty as the night progresses. The chanters in the street. This whole thing is alarming. I just wonder what's going to happen next. That, and how do you fight something that, like a cloud? It's like fighting a concept.
I don't know, man. I can move people around. That's no problem, but I don't want to fight them. Just seems unfair.
Agreed. To date, the citizenry have been, well, the chanters have been non-violent. I wonder if that will hold true. Just the thought of possibly bringing harm to the innocent, it makes my scales crawl.
Yeah, doesn't seem right.
So long as we've been here, I've not seen the guards so rattled.
At least they're not being violent themselves.
Agreed. Agreed. In fear, I don't imagine anything like this has happened before.
Not that I can recall, but then again, I was never one who was out much in the city except for in the docks or at the library.
It seems that since we arrived here, it is one unprecedented event after another. I must admit, I feel partially responsible, though I know not why.
We've done nothing but try to help them.
You're right, of course. And
Talanith is just
What?
sitting nearby, just kind of smoking his pipe, listening to everyone, but that's about all he has to say.
Kind of take puff after puff, and these billows of smoke just make their way upward toward the ceiling where they collect and disperse. The night air sometimes makes its way through the small cracks in the windowsill. You can feel this cool rush up against your skin. Everybody go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Dang. Was that a nat 20?
Very nice roll.
Yeah, that was a net. Oh,
And a,
followed by
and a crit fail.
Oh.
Wow.
damn.
What
We're
the hell
dealing
are
with
you guys
absolutes here.
Reckon Talanith, you through the window see this bright flash of pink, purple light. For just an instant, it just permeates everything, and then in the blink of an eye, it's gone.
Talanith lowers his pipe and narrows his eyes. Did any of you see that?
I did. And Rex starts walking towards the window.
And Talanith follows very slowly and very cautiously.
I mean, you're the one that has the extra eye, so I'm pretty sure you're pretty good with that.
Talanith doesn't respond to that and just keeps going to the window.
There's doesn't seem to be anything directly outside that you can see. Whatever was there previously is gone. So it seems.
All right.
Is the glow cloud still visible?
You can't see it through the window, but if you were to cross through the door and look out past the tavern, you'd be able to see it up the street near where hovering above the Institute of Thaumaturgy.
Talanith is going to walk outside the door and look to see if there's any change with the glow cloud.
The door's
going to go with him.
Okay. The door creaks open, and the cool night air floods inside. It's kind of windy out right now, but it's a nice night otherwise. Other than the glow cloud above the Institute of Thaumaturgy, aforementioned, it's pretty clear skies, at least so far.
No change with the glow cloud whatsoever.
Glow cloud just seems to be hanging there in a quiet vigil, just as though it's watching everything. As you stare into it, its very existence almost pierces through your soul in a way. You, for a moment, you look up at this absolutely massive structure hanging out just above the enormous magic college, and you feel small. Almost like those number of times that you laid back and stared into the abyss that is space and felt small in comparison to the greater universe. But this time it's different. This time there's a very direct point of reference.
Talanith is gonna. He looks over at Rek and says, "I think we should check on everyone in the tavern to see if whatever just happened affected them."
All right, let's go. Rek goes
So
back in
Talanith
and
heads
just starts
back.
looking around.
Yeah.
Val follows as well. Where are you going? What are you doing?
Talanith is gonna check with the barkeep, and he looks over at him and says, "Is everything all right? Did you see what we just saw?"
Yeah, the light again. It's been happening every
Again?
so often. Yeah, this is what, the 9th, 10th time I've seen something like that?
Since when?
You know, when that thing first appeared in the sky over the Institute. Kind of polishing
So
a
it
mug.
does have something to do with that.
Hey, you bet it does. All this weird shit started going on as soon as people started walking through the streets. All hail the glow cloud or whatever the fuck. Creepy shit. I sure hope you guys can find a way to, deal with it.
Talanith is going to turn around and kind of just walk a little bit around the tavern. Or, I mean, not tavern, the place. What ails you? And is just going to kind of eye all the patrons to see how they're acting.
Go ahead and roll an investigation check for me.
I had a feeling you'd say that. Oh,
Nice roll.
that was close.
That was a very nice
Yeah,
roll.
that was very close.
There aren't very many tables that are still populated this late. A handful of people there, just, random, sort of nondescript civilians sitting at tables, merchants, citizens kind of chatting among each other. Everything appears normal, but as you observe a couple of merchants sitting close to the hearth, one of them kind of leans into the other. So what do you think about these restrictions? Well, let's call it what it is. It's a shakedown by the guard. The other one says, I'm just lucky I don't sell magical goods. I heard they're confiscating them, taking them back to the castle. Oh, no. They're quiet for a while as they sip their drinks. They kind of seem nervous. Well, at least one of them seems nervous.
Talanith leans up against the wall and just nearby, and continues smoking his pipe, listening.
So, how's business? And they kind of start talking about other things, going off on other subjects. None of it seems very relevant otherwise. You see the one merchant from before, the one that mentioned the shakedowns. He kind of occasionally brushes his hand over a pouch that's attached to a belt. Sometimes clutching at it. They continue to talk for a time, but nothing very relevant. It's mostly small talk. Talk about business, shipment, things like that.
Rec looks around. I keep hearing this ominous, weird sound. As he's looking around for anyone else.
There doesn't seem to be anybody else in the tavern at current, other than what I just described, and Kolvar and Trixie, who are occasionally making their rounds. Kolvar behind the bar, polishing mugs. Trixie wiping down tables and going back and forth from the kitchen, sometimes refilling drinks, as there are still some people here.
Reg looks back at Val and goes, I don't know, it sounds kind of like a weird wobbling sound.
A weird wobbling
hear it.
sound.
I don't know. But if I hear it again, I'll say something. But
please.
And he starts walking towards the back where the rooms are to see if anyone else is okay.
Val follows close behind you. Talanith, are you also going?
Yes.
Ian Fear?
I'll get up and follow.
You all make your way into the back room. In one of the center rooms, in one of the more central rooms of the West Wing, you know that your allies are in there sleeping. So you have Yestis. Who's it all? It's Yestis, Darkhool. I think that's all we had staying with you at current. At least that's all I have imported. You also know that Bagram, Tess, and Yolanthe.
Here it is again.
You heard a whip wobbly.
Something.
Are we describing something in the music?
I think so.
Could be sounds from the kitchen. Or something.
Like completely out of character. You're Trixie DM, and I don't put it past you to put something in the audio in the background. All right.
Help.
I did not do that. That was not me. I am just as freaked out by that. I live here. That came from in the house.
Oh no.
Nope.
Nope.
Help.
Help.
All right. We look in on them and look in on the other people that are sleeping just to be sure.
Quietly open up the door. Thank you, Ian Veer. You quietly open up the door and take a peek inside. Yestis is kind of halfway on the bed, one arm hanging off. You can see in his hand he's still clutching his flask.
I thought you were going to say something else there for a second.
Your mind is in the gutter.
You were like clutching his flask.
Talanith, roll a dexterity save.
Holiday.
Oh, no. Okay. All right. Oh, trying to anyways. Okay, there we go.
$18. Sorry, it was DC 20.
What?
Bonk.
Bonk.
Yeah, it didn't matter what you were going to roll. I was going to bonk you anyway.
It would have been funny if it had been a natural 20 and still been like, yeah, you definitely got hit.
Rolls a nat 20. Yeah, you got bonked twice. Darkul is sleeping in a bed across from Yestis. Looks pretty peaceful. You notice that right next to his bed on a side table, there's an open book with a candle that's just barely petering out and a writing utensil laid across the book.
Are you going to be nosy and read his journal? Go read his diary?
Rex not.
I'm going in.
Rex is gonna move down the hall.
Ian Fear, roll a stealth check. Because we know you're really good at those. He's going to roll a nat 20.
Oh no.
Ian Fear, you walk into the room, and the very first thing that happens, your first step into the room, there is a loud creak of one of the floorboards, and both Yestis and Darkul spring up. Darkul immediately shuts that book and tucks it away underneath his pillow. Yestis, getting up, looks at you. Ah, you scared the crap out of me. He brings up his flask to take a swig out of it, but the lid's shut, and he unscrews it.
Sorry about that. We had a flash of light apparently from the clouds, so Rick and Talanith have been wanting to check on the people.
Oh, more of those, huh? Man. Well, it's not getting any less weird. I'm gonna get back to sleep. Night, Ian Fear.
Yeah, no worries.
Before you go, Darkul says, is there anywhere you need me tomorrow? Any information or anything I can get for you?
Well, between what we discovered at the temple what's going on with this cloud over the college, what's going on with Healthius. Well, I don't have a clear message right now. Probably we'll have something more concrete in the morning.
All right. Well, offer still stands. I've been by the castle a few times last couple days. I haven't tried the Institute, though. Maybe I could try my luck there. See what I can find out.
I would appreciate if you get the chance to try to stop by and talk with Sarahi and her family.
Sure. Well, what would you want me to... What are we trying to find out?
Just see what they've heard from the from if they're even like still able to talk with people, or like what's going on with the court at the moment.
Understood. Will do. Be good to check on them, too. Well, good night. Kind of lays back down. The rest of you approach the room in which Yolanthe, Tess, and Balgrim are currently staying, as well as Skrtos is also there. The door is shut.
Red tries to open it quietly just in case they are sleeping as well.
Tess, the door next to you creaks open just slightly. You see Rek on the other side.
Tess damn near jumps out of her skin and stands up from the chair that she has pulled up next to Bogram's bed. Who's there?
Tess's skin turns from like a purple to a pale lavender. Is that appropriate?
Me.
What? What did you say, hon?
So Tess's skin turns from like a purple to a pale lavender.
Yeah, I heard that part.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Rick.
It's just me checking on y'all.
Had to be.
Saw a weird light outside and thought something weird was going on.
Oh, another flash of pink. This is getting insane. Oh, everyone is fine in here, though.
All right. Sorry to bother you.
How is
Then he
Balgrim?
goes to...
Well, he seems to be okay. The fever seems to have broken from the last time Tess checked.
Good.
He has been getting a lot of rest and some whiskey on the side, and he has expressed interest in rejoining our group.
I see. Though I'm want not to put him back in danger.
Tess agrees, but he really does not have anywhere else to go.
I'm sure we can find something. The more the merrier, right?
Aye.
Perhaps.
Well, as merry as we can be at these times. Anyway. I'll see you in the morning.
Do sleep well.
And you, friend. He trudges off down the hall.
Tess is going to sit back in her chair next to Bogram's bed.
Well, I'm glad everyone is safe. What's next, y'all?
Hi, Yolanthe.
Hey.
Oh, I can't hear you if you're talking.
Oh no.
Greetings.
How
I'm
do I-
seeing your portrait light up, but not getting anything.
Ooh, that's not good.
Well, while you're working that out,
Rex then gonna just go back to the main part of the tavern.
Valphalen follows you out as well. What have you, Talanith and Ian Fear? What do you guys do?
Yes. Talanith is following.
So all four of you proceed back to the bar proper. You all are up late tonight, Kolvar says. I get you a nightcap?
Talanith leans in and says, yes, please.
Coming right up. How about you all?
Yeah, I'll take one.
Same. It's been a day for sure. Heck, it's been a week. One for everybody. He instinctively like channels his mage hand, but you see the hand sort of fizzle. And this is getting annoying, frankly. Give me a minute. He pulls out all 4 glasses, pours up, scoots them over to you. Looks kind of annoyed at the whole mage hand thing. That's going to be bad for business. You start to sip on these drinks. What's the plan after this? Are y'all headed to bed or?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rex
Tess
down
is
for
gonna
go to bed.
sleep in. She's gonna sleep in this chair probably overnight.
And what have you guys outside the bar proper?
I think Talanith is going to head back to his room.
Rek, how about you?
Yeah, Rex finishes his drink and then starts heading up to bed.
You too, Ian Fear?
Yeah.
All right, everybody go ahead and put in a long rest. Yolanthe,
Yes.
go ahead and roll a wisdom check for me.
Wisdom check. All right. All right. 13.
Okay. During the night, you have another dream. This time, you find yourself in this enormous tree.
Oh.
It's completely bare of any leaves, but every branch is entwined with what appears to be web.
Oh, like spiderweb?
That's right.
Okay. I think in a dream, assuming I have any kind of control, I would look down to see if I have, like if I'm in any kind of animal form or if I'm just me.
You take a look around and you look at your long, slender arms. All 8 of them. They seem to be intact. Looking down toward the ground level, you see these two figures sitting there next to each other. They seem to be having some kind of conversation, but you can't make out what they're saying. They seem to be somewhat humanoid.
Okay.
You focus.
Am I too far away, or do I just not understand human?
You're
Common or whatever.
Well, at first it just seems like mumbling. As you sit there and focus, you distinctly hear one of them say, "I'm sure the lady's getting hungry." The other one says, "Shut up, you idiot."
I see.
You do. Now that it was mentioned, feel hungry. And you wake up and it's morning and you're hungry.
I was about to say, and I wake up starving.
HP MP restored, but you're still hungry.
But you're still hungry.
Yolanthe sits up, kind of shakes her head, and no pun intended, but shakes out the cobwebs a little bit. And then she stands up really slowly, kind of staring off in a daze. And then she focuses and looks over at Tess. And she pulls a little blanket and puts it around Tess's shoulders and starts to walk out to go to the bar to get some food.
The door creaks ever so quietly as you step out into the hallway. As you're walking down, the warm morning light pours in through the windows of the hallway, casting a reflection on a small mirror that stands in the path between you and the door on the other side.
I think by this point, Yolanthe has passed that mirror quite a few times, and she always kind of like does this thing where she's like, I'm not going to look at it this time, but she can never like resist the urge to look, so she approaches and kind of side eyes into the mirror.
You side-eye into the mirror, and what you see looking back at you just for an instant is not a human face at all. It's ghostly, this image. Ethereal, almost. But one glowing eye stares right back at you. And in an instant, it's gone. Back to normal.
The glowing eye, is it kind of like the, like when my eye glows whenever I'm wild shaping, or is it kind of like the glowing eye of that, one of the 9?
Go ahead and roll a wisdom check for me. We'll call this a DC 12.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
It's very much like your own eye. The one that you have that's like the wolven eye.
Dang, I thought I had solved your puzzle. All right. Okay, so she looks at it and says, I wonder if this has, and she's just talking to herself, like thinking out loud basically, but she's like, I wonder if this has anything to do with Lenmillen's connection to the, and then she shakes her head, she's like, I can't focus on this, I'm too hungry. And she just heads back to the bar, but she's kind of like a little bit more like tense now.
As you pass through that hallway and by that last door that leads to the room where Rek and Val tend to stay, you hear distinctly, did someone say hungry?
Oh, Morning, Val.
Oh, good morning. Wreck, are you awake?
Yeah, I was.
Well, with all this talking going on, yeah, I am.
Oh, I
Rex starts
apologize.
to roll out of bed. But food sounds good. Let's get it. And Rex
Val-
gets dressed and ready to go.
Alex stands up, grabs the two of you. Let's go get some food. Very excited this morning for some reason.
Oh, but that makes Yolanthe kind of happy because she likes when Val is cheerful. So she smiles and she says, "Yeah, let's go."
Tess, you wake up. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say she heads to the bar and pulls up one of the stools, and she has. I forgot to mention she had taken the letter that she was working on the previous night with her to try and or the journal or whatever it was she was writing on.
Hey, good morning, you lot. You look a little bit refreshed anyway. Coffee? Ale? Booze?
I want some food.
Food.
I'm
All right.
starving. Yeah. And I think we all know that Tess is going to be hungry when she gets up. Could you bring a plate for her as well?
Sure thing. He smiles. Tess, you slowly wake up, still in the chair next to Bagram. You now have this blanket over you.
Oh, Tess's neck. And she stretches, looks down at the blanket with a puzzled glance. Assuming Scritto is still asleep, she'll probably drape the blanket over him and stand up from the chair and give a big stretch.
As you wake up, you're actually surprised to see Bagram, who is like fully sat up at the side of the bed, and he's stretching himself.
Feeling better?
Yeah, I am. Thanks.
Tess is happy to hear that.
What's the guy got to do for some food around here?
Simply say please.
I don't do please, but rolls his eyes. And he starts walking out toward the bar.
She rolls her eyes and kind of pushes him playfully in the shoulder as he walks by.
Doesn't seem to react to it, but continues walking.
And she'll follow him out the door.
As the two of you walk out the door, you see the door to the next room over swing open. A sort of hunched over, gripping onto a small flask. This little halfling looks up at you. Halfling? He's a gnome. I always get him confused. Is he the halfling or the gnome? He's a gnome. Yestis. He looks up at you.
Yestis? I thought.
Yeah, yes,
I thought he was
Yestis is a
halfling for some
gnome.
reason. Oh, he's a gnome? Okay.
No, he's a gnome.
Rolo's the halfling. Yestis is a gnome.
Trixie.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Is Trixie a halfling?
Yes, Trixie is a halfling.
Okay.
Hey, morning.
Good morning. Partaking of some breakfast shots, Tessie?
Shots? Sure. He offers you the flask.
Yes, this is such an elky.
She grabs it and takes like a big swig, like a few gulps worth.
Hey, leave some for the rest of. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care. Get it refilled anyway.
How refreshing, she says over the burn in her throat now and handing the flask back to Gestas. Definitely hits the spot.
Yeah, it'll put some gristle on your chin, I guess. Helps me think. I don't know.
It'll put hair on your chest.
But something in the kitchen sure does smell delicious.
I was just on my way there. Join me?
Of course.
The three of you walk out of the hallway and into the bar proper, where you see that almost everybody is fully awake.
Talanith is already beside the fireplace, just smoking his pipe. He's always an early riser.
Brooding.
Yep, pretty much.
I think Yolanthe sees Tess and waves excitedly and says, Tess, I got you food.
She smiles and waves, heading over in Yolanthe's direction. Assuming there's a spot to sit next to Yolanthe, she'll take a seat.
There is. You sit down. Bagram following, and Yestis. A couple minutes later, Darkhool emerges. Stretching. Makes his way out of the kitchen, sits on the other side of the bar. You see him raise his hand. Kolvar leans over, coming right up. As you sit and you eat and drink, the door to the bar comes open a few times. People start to file in. Along with a couple of familiar faces, yet again, Mixie pots.
Oh.
And naturally in tow, her quite very large Minotaur friend, Grimpack, closes the door behind her with a sigh, more like a huff. The two of them approach their usual table, and as Mixie looks up and sees the lot of you, she waves really wide. Hi, good morning! Grimpack looks not amused by the entire ordeal.
Tess waves back. Good morning.
She smiles and immediately begins this very loud conversation with Grimpack, who looks rather annoyed by the entire experience, to be honest.
He hasn't had his coffee yet.
So, what is the plan for the day?
Well, we've been told to go find something. We don't know where it is or what it looks like. And we don't know where to start. And we're running out of time. So, that, I guess.
In my opinion, when it comes to magical artifacts, the most likely place we should start is the Institute, but as you all know...
But we're not supposed to go there.
Precisely.
Yolanthe kind of taps on her chin a little bit in thought. And then she kind of sighs and she looks down at her little journal and she opens it up to the page she was working on and just kind of grimaces. I wish we could still go to the library at least.
Agreed. What information we could probably glean from there would be...
I mean, we're not allowed to go at all? Like, even to just read stuff?
So it would seem.
Dang. And she kind of looks down at her page, and then she gets a kind of like little mischievous look on her face, and she says, "Unless they don't know we're there."
Balphalin looks over at you slyly. Unless. Whatever it is, you know I'm in.
Someone else has to be. I could get in easily, but I don't know what to look for. I can't. And she sighs and looks down at her page, and if you look, you'll see that she's been trying to write, but like all of her writing is really like it's so shaky and like different size letters and everything, and like not even on the same line. Like it looks horrible. And she's like, I still have a ways to go.
Val kind of pats you on the back. Never fear. Learning anything, it takes time and dedication. You will get there. Believe.
Thanks, I'm still practicing. And she picks up the pen with her left hand, but then passes it over to her right hand and starts trying to write another letter.
Everybody please roll a DC 10 perception check.
DC 10 perception
Yes.
check.
Just a perception check, but you have to beat a 10.
Fail and roll higher than that.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I see.
This is not a difficult perception check.
Well, okay, no,
Well, 19. Rolled a 4, got a 19.
okay.
This is not a difficult perception.
I got a 30.
Ian Fear barely.
Well,
Wreck barely passed it.
oh, just barely.
Well, they both barely passed. Everybody passed, though. From over at Mixie and Grimpack's table, you hear the booming voice of Grimpack. It doesn't necessarily echo across the bar, but it's loud enough for everybody in, let's say, a 20-foot radius, 30-foot radius, to hear him. I don't see what good that does, Mixie. I don't even have the ability to acquire such a permit. Will you keep your voice down, please? I still have a few tricks up my sleeve. That said,
Mixie getting tricksy, huh?
that said, I could use a little help. And she kind of glances over at Tess when she says that. You all notice that.
When she glanced at Tess, does she make like direct eye contact with Tess?
Yep.
Okay, when that happens, Ian Fear is going to kind of look a little sheepish as he goes, all right, I hope this doesn't sound speciesist, but what's new, pussycat?
She says, is that a reference to something? I don't get that.
You missed a real opportunity for her to be like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's racist.
She continues sipping on her drink,
What the hell is on my wall?
leans down, leans back in her chair, and her tail curls around one of the legs of the chair.
Grimpack had said something about acquiring a permit, right? I'm trying to catch up with my notes.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Yes, Grimpack mentioned something about having to acquire a permit.
Okay. Noticing that Mixie had turned around and looked at Tess when she had mentioned that she needed help, Tess is going to abandon her plate, which she's kind of barely picked at, mostly just like preferring to drink this morning. And then she's going to head over to the table where Mixie and Grimpack are sitting and say, Tess, heard you need the hero?
Mixie kind of looks around. Her ears pulled back ever so slightly as she leans into you. So, Horns, could you kindly stop by the shop later?
Of course. About what time?
Whenever, let's say the afternoon, whatever time suits you. Before evening, if you would please. I'll make it worth your while. She kind of smiles slyly.
Tess blinks in confusion. Are you flirting with Tess right now?
No, maybe. Bring your friends. Seriously.
Tess's face is like hot. She's like blushing, and her ears turn like a darker purple color.
Tess is adorable.
Tess will be there.
And, try to be discreet, if you could. Yeah?
Tess is very good at being discreet, she says a little too loudly.
I'm pretty sure the two of you are the least discreet people I've ever met, he says.
Hey,
Arms crossed.
that was mean. You are being mean.
I was being honest.
Was that Grimpack or was that Val?
It was Grimpack.
Okay.
She sticks her bottom lip out at him in like a pout.
He just stares into you with these like stern eyes. It's almost like emotionless, but he just always looks so irritated. He has a pair of goggles that are just set on his head, and you can see the soot and dust that's just collected on them. His whole apron that he's still wearing is just dirty as hell. He does.
Well, either way, Tess will be there later.
Looking forward to it. She once again smiles slyly.
Tess will return to her seat next to Yolanthe.
You stand up, and as you do, her tail kind of brushes against your leg.
Tess like stiffens uncomfortably and turns purple in the face.
She grabs her tail. Sorry about that. Has a mind of its own sometimes.
Tess is familiar. She points to her tail and kind of waggles it.
Mixie is just like, eyes light up. Well, I'll see you later then.
Later.
Thinking about it, you'd never seen a tabaxi blush before, but that's probably what that looked like.
Tess returns to her seat, looking just a little flustered.
What is it, Tess? Anything important?
Mixie would like Tess to stop by the shop later. Actually, all of us, a group, not just Tess and Mixie alone. The group for something. Tess, discreet. Tess must be discreet.
Oh man, that's gonna be real hard for you, isn't it?
Why does everybody keep saying that?
I think Yolanthe just kind of smiles and reaches up and just pokes the tip of one of Tess's horns.
You got booped. Tess got booped. Tess is usually the booper.
That's why I knew she would appreciate.
In response to being booped, Tess almost looks like a little shy, like she wasn't expecting it.
So instead of being the booper, Tess is now the boopy.
Boopy.
You're all
Hold on,
fired.
another drink, please.
Coming right up. Horns.
Meanwhile, Imperial's going to pull out the communication device that we've had to try to keep in contact with Antarius and the ship.
No need to pull
And
it out. It's something you're wearing.
Right, but it's part of a force of habit. So.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So as he's gonna call through to it and go, we are having an interesting situation here in Schapeben. By any chance, has anyone, or well, I guess to cut it down, it'll say, has anyone heard of a glow cloud?
There's silence for a little while. Go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Give me a sec.
I can roll it. Oh, there it is. Okay, 4. There's silence for about 3 seconds. That's irregular.
I totally forgot that you can pick up other people's dice. I was just trying to zoom out a little bit.
You, after that kind of 3-second delay, you hear, "By the gods, where is that voice coming from? Hello? Hello?"
Fuck.
What's this about a glow cloud? Hello?
Don't worry, you're having a very bad dream.
Hey,
You
I'm
might
not
need to cut
sleeping.
back on the
I'm not sleeping. What?
You should probably cut back on the alcohol.
I don't drink. Who is this?
I'll go, never mind. Wrong connection.
Could we all hear that?
No, just Ian Fear.
Oh.
You probably heard him actually talking out loud. That might be a thing. You were saying it out loud.
Huh. That's weird. I'll tell the others. I was trying to see if I could get a hold of the others on the ship, but it appears that I got a crazy old voice, hopefully not from under the sea.
Huh.
Oh my.
Yolanthi's still trying to focus on her letter, so she's only kind of like half listening, and she's like, some crazy old man.
Interesting. More magical mishaps, as it were.
Wait,
Did you say that out
happen
loud?
to Antares? Me? Or wait, who?
No, yeah, Ian Fear said he said all that out loud. So I was assuming that Val heard it. Was commenting. Do you recall from yesterday the backfiring magic? I would assume that it's related.
Oh. Does that mean we can't contact them?
We should check to see if more of the people are gathered into their glow cloud worship.
Ugh, those people give me the creeps.
Agreed.
Where is Yestus sitting during all this?
Kind of close by, staring into his flask, picking at some food. He has a book in the other hand. It's closed currently. Seems to be a small leather-bound book.
Oh.
Is there a title or some kind of marking that's on the cover that we might be able to decipher?
Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Okay.
There is a mark on the front of the book. You recognize it as writing in it looks like he or perhaps someone else had actually physically written this on the front of the book instead of it being like a symbol that's like inscribed on it or that sort of thing. It looks to be a label. What languages do you know?
Well, I know Dwarven. I know Elvish. I know Undercommon.
Okay. This looks a little like Dwarvish, but the script is different. You can't make out necessarily what these runes mean. But the fact that it seems written on the front would tell you that this isn't like a book that he owns or that he's like checked out from a library or something that somebody else wrote. This is something that he is constructing himself. Could be a spell book, it could be a journal. It's hard to tell without being able to read the front.
I think Yolanthi has a couple of times now kind of glanced at Yestus, and then she suddenly sits up and like leans over to Val and whispers, "Wait a minute, I just had an idea. They said we couldn't go, but they don't know Yestus is with us. Maybe he can go and look some stuff up."
A very good point.
I'll go ask him. And she gets up to go move over to where Yestus is.
You walk over to the side of the bar. Yestus is seated, and as you walk over, he looks up at you. Hey, Wolfie, what can I do for you?
She kind of like looks a little surprised when he calls her that, and then like looks down real quick, and then clears her throat, and she's like, "Actually, I had kind of a favor, if you don't mind."
I'm all ears.
And she kind of slides into the chair next to him, and she says, "Well, we're not really supposed to go to the college or to the library. They kind of told us we have to stay away for a while. I think because of Healthiest. But I was wondering, maybe you could go. We need to look up. And she kind of looks around and then leans in, like, to whisper. We need to find information on something called the. What was it called? The. I forgot the name of it. The Forge.
The Cosmic Forge.
Cosmic Forge. I was about to say Chaos Forge, and I knew that wasn't right. But we need to find information on something on that. The Chaos. God damn it. The Cosmic Forge.
Cosmic Forge.
It's
Cosmic
really
Forge,
important.
huh?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
But neither had we. But it seems like it's going to be real important, and we have to be real quiet about it.
Oh. Well. I happen to be a master of discretion. I'll get your information.
Thanks.
You just sit tight, all right?
Yeah, for sure. And she's kind of like looking down at the book with her head tilted.
He looks down and he glances where you're looking, sees the book. Oh, just a journal. Got to keep track of my work, you know?
Oh. Yeah. And she kind of holds up the one she's got in her hand. She says, well, I'm still learning how to read and how to write, and mine still looks terrible. I bet your handwriting's nice.
I never really gave it much thought.
Nicer than mine, anyway. And she shows him the page that she's working on, and it looks terrible. And then she closes it real quick, and it's just a letter I'm trying to write, and I'm having trouble with it. And I was studying with, that professor at the library, but we can't go there now. And
You trying to write a letter?
yeah, trying, not real good.
Well, if I might be so bold, who are you writing a letter to? A boyfriend?
She, like, her eyes get real huge when he says that, and she, like, sputters for just a second. She's like, no, nothing like that. Just, it's someone I just want to check on and make sure they're all right.
Sounds important. Can I help?
Maybe. Yeah, I think I'd like that.
All right, just say the word.
I think we need to find out more about this forge first, though, if you don't mind.
I understand. You just sit tight.
Right.
I'll go do my thing, eh?
Yeah, cool. Thanks.
Forget about it. He stands up. He kind of pops his collar on his jacket, tucks away his flask, and you kind of see as he opens his jacket up that he's kind of making sure that his wands are tucked away where they cannot be seen. He closes his jacket. See you later, Wolfie.
Yeah, you too.
He walks out the front door.
And then Yolanthe goes back to sit next to Val and Tess and says, I think we might have some help.
Oh, that's great news.
Yeah, hopefully he finds something that can help us out.
I'm sure he will. He is a professional, after all.
And I guess that means that me and Talanith don't have to go break into the library. At least not this time.
I'm sure they're all tired of your antics there. He kind of says with a little chuckle.
Is Talanith nearby where they are?
Yeah, you heard that.
Okay, yeah.
Do you still have that
Talanith
gross
can-
eyeball?
He starts tossing it up and down.
At this point, it barely resembles an eyeball. It's like mostly cloudy. And
Yuck.
as you hold it to Laneth, it almost loses form. Like it feels like as you hold it, it's like it's about to disintegrate in a giant stinky mess in your hand.
Planeth, gross. Why do you still have that?
Can I roll to see if I can throw it into the trash?
Oh,
Yes.
God. I
Yes,
can't
you
decide if
can.
I really want you to fail or really, really don't.
This is going to be a dexterity check, and given the distance
Okay.
from the nearest trash receptacle, I would say that would probably be a DC 18. Please roll.
Okay.
Not terribly hard for Talanith, but it's still failable.
Oh no.
I'm going to make you clean it up with your tongue.
This eyeball goes flying through the air. It hits the rim of the trash can, and you see it contort and bounce off of one of the rims. It makes for the other rim, but just goes past it and onto the floor, splats, and in just a big giant puddle of goop, just splatters across the floor. Kolvar looks around and he goes, "Man, what the fuck?"
Ugh, the smell.
From the back hallway, you hear, "Man, what the fuck?" as Scrito comes out. Ah, fuck me, not again.
Oh, I snorted.
I was going to say, Scripto say, oh, fuck me, not again.
What's that?
Does Scripto say, oh, fuck me, not again?
Talanith just kind of looks away and whistles and says, looks like I'm going to have to find something else.
Oh, no, you're gonna clean that up. Trixie, get this guy a mop.
I like the idea of
What the
Talanus just going,
Who the fuck even throws an eyeball? Are you serious right now?
And then Scrito's like, who even throws a fucking eyeball? Tess looks at Kolvar. You have to stop doing this to my Scrito.
Do you see what you've caused?
oh, God.
You are teaching.
Darkhool just left, leaving the rest of you there. Val, having finished his food and his drink, stands up. I suppose it's off to Mixie's then, is it?
She said afternoon. Is it too early?
Probably. You probably have a
It would be
little bit
kind
of
of cool
time
to
to
see their shop, though.
I agree. We haven't been since before the Hydra. Well, before we found out about the Hydra, anyway.
Yeah, I guess we could go. Maybe we can see some other shops.
I need a new eyeball.
Yeah, we need an eyeball. All right, I guess let's go shopping, y'all.
Wait, Bogram. What do you all want me to do?
You and Tess slides the rest of her food over to him. Need to rest and eat some more. Take care of yourself.
Drink some more whiskey.
See, she's got the good ideas. Kolvar kind of leans over to him and actually, you want to make some money? You have my attention. He kind of cracks a sly grin. Well, anyway, y'all be safe out there. I'll be here when you get back.
You be safe in here.
Talanith leans over to him and he says, "Do you want an eyeball too?"
Gonna go with yes.
Did not expect him to say that. Okay.
To Kulvar, Tess will say, "Stay safe, shout if you need us, and do not overwork him. He is still recovering."
Aye, aye, aye,
You just say aye
aye. He winks at you.
aye.
I'm so happy Balgrim didn't die.
Well, shall we be off then?
Back to it then.
Yeah.
I think
All right.
Yolanthe decides to swap over to wolf form for their excursion. So we look like the Scooby-Doo gang anytime we're out in public.
Where did it go? Oh, there it is.
Wolf Lanthe!
Real quick check here. Let me go ahead and wild shape your wolf Lanthe. There it is. Polymorph. Transform. There you go. You're a wolf. Awoo.
Ow!
Right, where was I? Sorry, one moment. Let me go ahead and switch the scene. There we go. Okay. You make your way out into the streets, Schapeben, off toward the market district once more. People, once again, are milling about in the street. You see that there are workers still mending sections of the cobble portions of buildings. The guard, the guard seems to be quite out today. You see them almost at every corner. In the distance, you still hear the soft chanting, "All hail the glow cloud." Behind you, and just over the top of the tavern, you can see the spires of the Institute of Thaumaturgy. There, hanging in the air, the glow cloud pulses various shades of green, yellow, pink, purple, red. That thing is so ominous.
Like a bad omen.
Rough.
You all continue down the street. It's kind of peaceful today, as opposed to yesterday with all the mess happening. You occasionally pass by a cluster of the chanters. Once again, they seem to not be in any way violent, just quietly chanting their chant and mindlessly droning about the streets in groups. It occurs to you that many of them may not even be aware of what they're doing fully.
It is almost like they are zombies.
Better keep our wits about us.
I agree. I also wonder, what is it that makes us, if that is the case, what is it that makes us impervious to this chanting? Whatever it is. Perhaps it's not good to dwell on such thought. Come, let us move on. You proceed through the streets until you get to the market district, which is bustling with activity. Workers are hammering signs. Over near the old blacksmith, they're repairing what appears to be a hole, just a giant hole in the ground. Boards lay out over it to create a sort of makeshift walkway as they begin to pave and add more stones, plugging up the hole, as it were. To your right, as you enter the market district, there is a small, a little restaurant. You've eaten there before, once with Val. I actually think you've eaten there a couple of times at this point. It looks a lot less busy today. Empty tables, blank, either side of the building. You can see through the window just a couple of people sitting at one of the... That was inappropriate, Acid. You see a couple of people sitting just inside, enjoying a meal, having a conversation. To the left, stalls, empty, line the side of one of the nearby warehouses. Further, just beyond the park, a small, well, not a small, it's a larger building peeks up just over the treetops, and you can see just through the clearing the two swirling portals. That would be Mixie's shop, I would assume, and the magic shop next door. I wonder how business is doing for them.
I wonder if it's possible to buy and Yolanthe kind of snaps her fingers. Oh, no. Actually, never mind. I didn't say any of that because I'm a wolf, right? No, never mind.
That wolf just talk?
Just beyond the restaurant, you can barely make it out from this angle. You see just off to the right, there seems to be a newish building. A brand new sign sits out front. Looks like it was just installed. It looks brand new, but on that sign there's a symbol that none of you recognize.
What's it look like?
It's like a big circle that has these sort of squarish fixtures coming out of the sides of it. It has a circular kind of hole in the center.
I want to sniff in the direction of the building to see if I can figure out what is going on.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Advantage?
Yes.
Well, that didn't really matter much.
I mean, 20. You try to get an idea of what scents are coming from that direction, and what you pick up is a little strange. You're definitely getting smoke. The coal burning variety. But there's something else there. Something new. You've never smelled anything like. I mean, it could be fire? No. It's something strange.
I think Wolflanthe has stopped walking with the group and has kind of stayed still so she can get a better sniff, and she's like tilting her head, looking at this building.
The wood paneling on the building would betray that it seems like a more upscale place as opposed to some of the other buildings. It looks more along the lines of the magic shop up toward the north.
I think I want to approach the building.
Is anyone going to follow Yolanthe as she does this?
Alanith does.
Okay. Rek, how about you?
Is this going to go away from where we were already heading, or is this in the same direction?
It's still in the market district, so it's not too far off. You still have some time to burn before you need to be over at the magic shop up north, unless you just want to go up there and poke around. But I know Talanith also needed to. Okay.
Yeah, Talanith starts to follow, but then remembers, oh, actually, I need a new eyeball.
Priorities, man.
Actually, the shop that you're looking for appears to be right next to the this new shop. The one that you're looking at seems to be mostly an outdoor stall. You see different types of fabrics, like colorful, laid out. They're beautiful, all laid out on display. A kind of smallish, mousy-looking elf woman is standing outside, and you can see behind her there's an open door that leads into a smallish building where there are just lines of these of cloth just draped on the walls and on shelves, and behind her inside that building you can see a loom going. There's somebody else inside working.
That's where Talanith is going to head.
Okay. Let's go ahead and start with you, Talanith, and then we'll go to everyone else to the new shop.
Okay. Talanith approaches the person in charge of the shop and says, I have an unusual request.
Oh, hi. Hello, yes. Custom piece? We can do custom pieces.
Yes, it's simple but unusual. but I need something that resembles. He looks around before he says it, and he says, I'm looking for something that looks like an eyeball.
Oh, yes, we can make eyeballs. We've got another one. She calls back. The eyeball thing
Is
again?
this something that you get requested?
Oh yes, they're quite popular these days. Everyone seems to want a flesh of an eyeball. Strange, I agree, but you're not the first. I'm sorry.
Can you make mine purple?
Sure, purple. She picks up one of the fabrics kind of close to her. What are you needing this done?
Say again.
When are you needing this done? Is this a gift?
As soon as possible.
As soon as possible. Yes.
I tend to fidget. And
That
Tlineth
is,
just,
That's a little more information than I wanted.
Tlineth turns away and just waits. How long do you think this will take?
For one eyeball with a purple, yes.
With a green iris.
The green iris and oh yes. Hold that thought. I'll be right back. She pokes her head kind of into the building, and you hear a little bit of chatter, and she comes back. About 3 days. There are a couple of orders ahead of you. You understand.
Tlineth nods. I'll return in 3 days.
Okay, we'll see you then. We'll discuss price once it's finished.
Many thanks. And he walks out.
To those of you over next door, you approach a massive metal door. Unlike anything you've ever seen, this door is circular. And it looks sturdy. It's shut currently. No windows. It's hard to tell what this place is. There don't seem to be any markings that would indicate like a name or anything like that. Just the strange symbol of the circle with the weird square indentations on it. It definitely looks new.
Rec walks up to it. Any kind of handle? Nothing?
There doesn't seem to be. You kind of brush your hand across the door, and as you do, you hear a loud bang from within. It's like huge. It sounds like something exploded inside. Followed by
Rec starts pounding on the door.
oh, we're closed. We're not open.
Yolanthe barks at the door.
You hear actually, Yolanthe, go ahead and roll a perception check. You've got that. You've got the hearing. Actually, I'll hand this one to you as well, Rhett. Go ahead and roll a perception check. Oh yeah. So both of you, like just barely through the door and the walls, you hear a sort of like kind of loud murmuring through like this hacking, choking. Oh, it must not have calibrated it right. Well, throwing that one away. Test two. You start to hear you start to smell this like burning like smoke. Elanthe, the other smell that you're getting is like a metallic, but it's hot. It's unlike anything you've ever detected before. What an interesting place. When do you open? Go away, we're not open yet. But, well, he's not very polite.
Yolanthe's kind of like backing away from the building and like shaking her head because she does not like this weird smell. Like she's like pawing at her nose.
It seems we've come to an impasse. Where to? At this point, Talanith, you're probably walking up.
Okay.
We still wanted to go by the magic shop, yes?
Talanith looks over and says, "My business is concluded for now, so we can continue."
One moment. Okay. Let me drag everyone in real quick. Wolf Lanthe. There we go. I think that covers everyone. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Ah, there it is. You all approach the large building at the north section of the market district. It is about a 2-story building with windows absolutely covering the front, and directly before you are 2 portals. You remember that the one on the left takes you into the magic shop, and the one on the right takes you to the alchemist. One moment, sorry. Ah, yes. Next to the portal on the right, a sign, brand new, hangs just to the right. It says Mixie's Marvelous Mixtures. And to the left, a ornate-looking wooden sign, older, says the Magic Emporium. This place seems different than before, unless I'm mistaken.
Was there not a different kind of portal here last time?
Was that it? I'm not sure. My memory is foggy, I must admit. Rek, you kind of glance off to either side, and you notice that a couple of guards who are walking seem to be eyeing you in front of this establishment.
Look in their direction.
They don't seem to take any action, but they do
Okay.
glance up at you every now and again.
That's weird. But yeah, these portals do look a little different. New owners, maybe?
We know that Mixie is new. I must admit I don't remember the one that owned the magic shop prior. Where should we start? The magic shop or the alchemist?
Guess the alchemist.
Phelan steps into the portal.
Brett follows.
Oh my. Well, this is interesting. Mixie turns around. Oh, hello! I knew you'd come!
Great things.
Your bird friend comes through the portal.
This is quite the nice shop that you have here.
Oh, thank you. And she hurriedly pours some strange purple liquid into this pot, and the pot smoke swirls in all different colors.
Wolflanthy starts wandering around the room, just sniffing absolutely everything.
Go ahead and roll a Constitution
Okay.
check.
Constitution.
At first, the smells as you come through the portal are almost overwhelming your senses. There's so much going on in here. You quickly gulp down whatever nausea was beginning to manifest, and you're able to hold. Talana, just step into the portal right here. Step on it. Are you just pacing?
I'm trying. Talanith has an issue with portals.
If you walk out front here first, you should be able to. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
He can't function without his emotional support eyeball.
Yeah, he's just not really himself right now.
Yay, Monk's active tile triggers are back. Well, I'm glad you brought everyone. I'm not quite ready yet, but I can at least tell you what I need if you're willing to hear me.
Tess is willing to hear you. That's why we are here.
Okay. I heard a few of the other merchants here in the market district talking, and there's there's going to be a bit of a crackdown tonight. I have some very important merchandise. Nothing dangerous. I have some very important merchandise that I just received, and I heard that the guard is confiscating such things. What I'd like you to do, is, if you're willing, is escort me and my wagon to a safe house where I can drop everything off and it will be, safe.
And do you already have this safe house prepared? Is it here?
Yes, it's here. Not in the market district though. It's, well, west of here. She kind of points, kind of gestures like down the road. Actually down the road you just came from.
This does kind of sound a little risky, but... And Tess turns around and looks at the rest of the group. If everyone else is comfortable, then Tess cannot see a reason not to help.
I must admit it.
Gleneth leans in and says, I'm in.
It would be a good. It may be a good way for us to get some more information on what's going on in the city. Count me in. Not that I think a fight will break out, mind you, but I would just feel a lot better if I had friends. Maybe you could muster up some kind of a distraction for the guard if we get stopped or anything. She seems kind of nervous.
Well, Yenfira here has always been really handy when it comes to distractions. Although there are a lot of guards stationed around here, Tess noticed along the way. You will definitely be a target. This may not be very easy.
I hear that they're going to be setting up way stations of some kind.
Way stations?
Indeed. He, Grimpack walks in through the portal. It's almost like he comically barely fits through it. He kind of has to scrunch down, duck his horns through. Like a checkpoint. They've popped up throughout town, I've heard. They're stopping mages, magic users, people who sell magical artifacts like I used to. Huh.
Do we have any idea of how many of these checkpoints would be between your wagon and the destination?
I have a route that just takes us through one. A sort of lesser checkpoint, but it doesn't mean the danger is not there. If we can just get through that, we're home free. I know this is a lot to ask, and I understand if you won't, if you don't agree, if you don't want to, well, let's say, skirt a morally gray area. Again, I promise you, nothing about what I have is dangerous in any way.
What are these items?
Mostly alchemical reagents. I have a couple of magical focuses. I believe Xanthrix next door also has an item I need to take, but I think some kind of cloak.
A cloak?
Yes. Magical, of course. This wouldn't even be necessary if it weren't for these stupid restrictions. This great restructuring happening. Hate it.
Definitely seems it is meant to keep a lot of people down. quite the big public distraction, according to Tess.
A distraction. I'd be interested to hear why you think it is a distraction, and from what?
From the chaos of the glow cloud down to Healthiest, basically kind of taking over the town. Just seems this is another thing just to keep people distracted and worried about their futures.
It seems you have history with this character, this Healthiest. Is that so?
You could say that.
You and Mixie truly are two peas in a pod. She kind of giggles. Always in trouble. That's my Mixie.
You love it.
He scoffs.
Either way, if it is help that you need, Tess is willing to try. No promises, though.
I'm in too. I heard you, Talanith, but what of the rest of you? Wreck?
I'm fine with helping out. I don't think this whole stopping people from using magic is very fair.
Yeah, I agree. Plus, and he's going to say this with a little small, sort of mirthless chuckle. I have been known to chase a skirt or two in my time.
That is wildly inappropriate. Val walks over to the Kenku and he kneels down on his knee. And he puts his hand on Skrito's shoulder and he's like, "What about you, Skrito? Want to get in some trouble today?"
Fuck yeah.
That's what I like to hear. Fuck yeah.
Tess face palms. Kolvar.
Be careful, Scripto, or else Mother may wash your beak out.
Like I said, I'm not ready for you quite yet. If you could please go next door. Let Xanthrix know that that you'll be accompanying me to the safe house. As long as no one else is in there, of course. He'll give you whatever you need and just bring it over to me.
Understood?
I can't thank you enough, and I promise I will make this worth your time.
All we can do is try our best.
Yay, thanks, Horns.
Tess gives like a sheepish smile.
She smiles at you, and then she kind of turns back toward Grimpack. Are you going to be my strong ox again this time? That's what you have. That's what you keep me around for, isn't it? Well, no. And yes. And no. And yes. And she smiles. She grabs onto one of his arms, and this thing is like twice the size of her head. Like this dude is enormous. And she is just like hanging on to him. Stop that. Stop it. He kind of yanks it away from her.
That's our Grimmy.
She crosses her arms. You are such a sourpuss. I just hope this works. It will. We have the best. He looks around the room at all of you. Right?
Tess looks at the floor briefly before shooting a smile at her and giving her just like a thumbs up.
Valphalin looks up from talking to Scriteau and goes, fuck yeah. He seems to be amused by the entire thing. Well then, next door?
Next door it is.
I'm interested to see this new shop, he says as he... Oh. How do I,
How do we unlock the door?
Mixie heads over to the... Oh my gosh. No. Okay. Mixie heads over to the, to fix it real quick. Hopefully this doesn't
Portal
break
magic
stuff.
can definitely be finicky, Tess has heard.
Especially for an alchemist. I don't do this kind of thing usually, but I can sometimes. Maybe.
Well, it worked on the way in.
She sort of taps this portal a couple of times with a strange-looking rod, and it starts to swirl a slightly different color. Should be good. You can go through now. Valphalin goes first. Tess, you appear right back outside where you were.
It still shows that we're on Be Right Back.
Oh, it's
there
just
it goes.
taking some
Never
time,
mind.
yeah. No, we're back. I can see it.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
No problem. Mixie, I'll be outside at the cart. This kind of lumbers back. There you are. Scriteau goes through the portal. You go ahead and take Infear through as well. Ooh, that's so cool. As you enter the shop, the very first thing that you alarmingly lock eyes with is a huge it's like a beast. You may never have seen one of these before.
How can he see through those glasses with his one eye?
Oh, God.
An enormous beholder stands before you floats before you. A top hat on top of his head and, strangely enough, a pair of glasses that don't seem to fit quite over an eye.
Talanith is very disturbed right now. He's not okay.
As he sees you come through the portal, most of his eye stalks lock onto you, and he says, "Oh yes, welcome to the Magic Emporium."
Greetings. Are you Zarthix?
Xanthrix, I at your service.
Xanthrix.
I am the shop's proprietor.
Well, Xanthrix. It seems that Tess is quite overwhelmed by his appearance.
I have plenty of magical items in stock still, as you can see, although probably not for much longer. Are you looking for magical items? Books, perhaps? I have many, many books. I have read them all.
That is very impressive. I'm Tess. It is very nice to meet you. These are Tess's friends.
Greetings, am Tess.
Tess, she says.
Yes.
Only Tess.
Ah. Hello, only Tess.
Either way, we have been sent over here by Mixie because there is something that you are needing help with transporting.
Oh, friends of Mixie then. Yes. Hang on, I'll be right back. And he starts kind of hovering. I really wish it would stop marking all of these new tokens as enemies. It makes it really hard to make them move around. Okay. He kind of hovers just past you, Rek, and as he does, you see that he's kind of locked onto this cloak that's over here in the corner. But then there are like just a couple of eye stalks that are looking at you as he passes by.
Hi.
Hi, yes, hello. He with one of his eye stalks, you see a beam engulf this cloak that's over here. It floats alongside him as he carries it sort of back to the counter and lays it out on the counter before you. This is it, one of my prized possessions. Unless you were interested in purchasing it, I would need it to be brought to Nixie's location.
What is it?
This is a cloak of something. So I admittedly I forgot what it does, but it is valuable.
Alaneth leans in and says, I see.
Without knowing what it does, how do you know if it is valuable?
Would you like to try it on, young lady?
Sure, why not?
But please be my guest.
Tess drops her bag and takes off her regular cloak and replaces it with the valuable cloak.
As soon as you do,
Is there any writing on that cloak?
no, there's no writing on it at all. It just looks to be a plain red cloak. It has the part that like drapes over the top, like half of you, and then it has like a cloak that comes out the bottom. But as you put this cloak on, firstly, the cloak changes from red to purple. It seems to match your outfit. Secondly, as you're looking down at yourself, you notice white hair seems to start growing from your face.
Oh.
Your voice is deeper than you remember. Ah, yes, young lad. What did you say your name was again?
Young man.
Josh. I'm a man.
I didn't know such a thing was possible.
Tess could get used to this. Tess means Josh. Tess is not quite cut out for this. She takes off the cloak.
As you take off the cloak, your physical form restores to normal.
Like a disguise cloak.
I barely recognized you. Yes. Only
Josh
Tess, was
spoke.
it?
Only Tess.
At this point, Val kind of scoots over to you, to Laneth, and he leans in. To Laneth, if we were to purchase this cloak for Yolanthe, we could turn Yolanthe into Brolanthe.
Talanith thinks for a second. That could work. I think that'll do.
You could always become Gal Phelan.
That is true. At any rate, we will take the cloak next door and to the safe house. Oh, thank you. You understand why I cannot be seen taking a cloak or a magical item through town. Would be that the guard would confiscate me next. You have my
That's-
gratitude, in other words.
That is definitely a valid concern.
And if you ever need magical items, books, any kind, please think of Xanthrix and the Magic Emporium.
Tess appreciates you, Xanthrix.
He smiles a big toothy grin. See you again. He tips his hat. You're not really sure how he did it.
Talanith turns away and is like, well, that happened.
What an interesting character, Val says as he heads back out the portal that actually works this time. Who is carrying the cloak?
That would be currently Tess.
How is Tess carrying the cloak?
She's just
She's still wearing
holding it in her hand. She's just holding it in her hand. Yeah, because she took it off.
Go ahead and roll a perception check for me. You notice as you come out of the building that this guard over here has locked eyes with you.
Which one?
This one in the corner down here.
Can't see which one you're pinging.
It's in the lower right corner of the map. The very extreme lower right corner of the map.
Like
That's
this
the
one?
one, yeah.
Okay. Tess smiles and waves charismatically.
Guard kind of starts making their way over. Excuse me. Oh my god. As you do, this person you've never seen before, right here, runs up to the guard, and you kind of hear her saying, "Oh, you have to help me. It's my husband. I can't find him. He's been gone all day."
Does
Selena,
the
you
guard
good?
take?
What's that?
Yeah, he was just taking one more look around.
Oh.
Does the guard take her eyes off of Tess in that moment?
Yes.
Tess is like, adios.
Yeah, Tess
See ya.
slips into Mixie's shop with the cloak in hand.
Rec walks up to the lady in the guard. What happened?
It's It's my husband's, kind sir. Oh, kind sir. He's been missing all day. I have no idea where he is. Rek, you remember seeing this person just a few minutes ago when you were entering the building, and she did not seem panicked in the least.
Well, that sounds like something this guard can help you with.
The guard kind of gives you this long face and then continues to with the exchange with her.
The city.
As you enter Tess with the cloak, Mixie says, I assume you didn't have any problems.
Well, there was almost the problem, but thankfully somebody outside caused enough of distraction.
Oh, I wonder who that was. Anyway, I knew you could do it, Horns.
Somebody you know, perhaps? Seems very convenient.
Oh, who do I know? I know you. You're a
True.
friend. And friends, they get things done. And you, I know you can get things done.
Either way, we should probably tuck this away before any guards slip in here to check things out.
Agreed. Hold on just a moment. She goes into a desk drawer and you see her pull out what appears to be it's a bag about the size of a bag. it's too big to be on like a belt or anything. It's more like it's more like a sack, I suppose. What's that?
A fanny pack?
Almost like a backpack. Let's put it that way. But it lacks the straps to be a backpack. She walks over to you and says, "Here, place the cloak inside."
Tess does so.
She opens up the bag, and as you look inside the bag, there doesn't appear to be anything in there, including bag. What you see is like an extra dimensional space inside this bag.
What?
What, you've never
It
seen
is
one?
a void. A void bag? Tess sticks her head inside of it.
You stick your head inside of it, and there seems to be nothing in there. It's completely pitch black, but there's enough room. You think you could crawl inside.
She pulls her head out of the bag and just like stares at Mixie like in awe.
You're cute.
How? This bag? How?
She waves her hands. Magic.
You are quite magical.
I know. And she like kind of cocks her head to one side. Her tail kind of flicks up into the air. There's actually other things in the bag too. You just can't see them because they're in, well, they're in a little, a pocket dimension, you might call it.
How do you get them back out?
You reach in and grab them, silly. Or you can
Tess
go in.
reaches her hand in the bag.
You not only reach your hand in the bag, but like your entire arm goes into this bag.
I'm just imagining the scene from like Evil Dead or something like.
Very much, yeah.
Just gets like almost stuck into the thing. And it's like,
I'll tell you what, Horns. If you finish this job for me, would you like this bag?
Yes.
If you can get me in my cart safely, across the checkpoint, it's all yours.
Tess will definitely try her best. Thank
Oh my
you for
goodness,
the
let's
offer.
challenge our bag via horny friend test.
Thank you, Horns. Well, let's go ahead and get outside then. And she kind of, as she walks back toward the portal, you see her kind of playing with one of her earrings. She has a lot of earrings on her ear. She seems to fidget quite a lot as she talks. She talks with her hands a lot and is just really animated otherwise. That is all the time that we do have for today, though. Let me go ahead and... Oh, wait, that's not here. That's an OBS. Lol. I am just everywhere today. All right. Well, we had a few AMAs today. I think we had, what, 3? Are there 3 of them?
Yep,
Yep.
that's right.
The first one, directed at Yolanthe. Which environment or landscape would be the most uncomfortable, regardless of form? A very important distinction. Yolanthe?
Sorry, I don't think I heard that whole sentence.
Which environment or landscape would be the most uncomfortable, regardless of form? I'm guessing that means regardless of what animal form you're able to take.
Okay, yeah, that was the part I was kind of like, wait, what? Honestly, man, we're in it. I can't stand being in cities. They're loud and they stink. I'd really, really, really prefer being out in the open.
I hate sand. Next up, we have a question for Bogram of all the characters. Which of our many pranks we've played on you do you actually kind of find funny now? Honestly, none of them. You guys are dicks. Seriously. Who does that to people?
Come on, not even the skull.
Okay, I guess the skull was kind of funny. I mean, no, it wasn't. That was mean. Who does that to people? You all are bullies. Every single one of you is a bully. I don't know why I stay around you. I guess maybe because you saved my life, but... And I guess the skull thing was kind of funny.
Who does that to people? Just me.
You cut that shit out. Last, we have a one for Val, and we hear Val seriously. I'm going to be honest with you and tell you that I don't even know what this is a reference to. I tried to listen to it earlier, and I did not get to the part that this was, so I don't know the cadence of how to say this, so I'm just going to say it like Val would. Darling, hold my hand. Nothing beats a new Dalancia holiday.
That sounded so sassy in a way.
I can be sassy. That's all
Be spicy.
I can be spicy as well. I think. One time I spilled pepper on the back of my hand. I think that made me spicy in that moment. Yes? Is that how that works?
Tess thinks that's how that works.
Help.
Well,
Help.
I'd like to thank you all for tuning in this evening. And we will see you in another 2 weeks on New Dalancia, our Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign. And until then, stay safe and keep a large bowl of mead. Oh, of mead. Yes. Right in front of your person. Good night.
Help.